Who would you suggest in a top 10 list of fictional archaeologists in movies, television shows, books, video games, and other creative output? While you consider what you would like to write in the comment section of this video, I will mention that archaeologists in fiction tend to be defined by two major characteristics. They could be action-oriented treasure hunting adventurers, and they could be academic book-oriented scholars. In order to accommodate these two aspects, many fictional portrayals rely on two or more characters. One example of this approach occupies the number 10 spot on my list, shared by Danny McNamara and Lexi Vaziri in the television series Blood and Treasure. Danny brings the academic scholarship about ancient history and antiquities, while Lexi brings the skills of a master thief. The number 9 spot on my list goes back to the early days of Atari video games in 1982, when Pitfall Harry was tasked with collecting a series of treasures from a jungle within a time limit of 20 minutes. The concept built on another famous fictional archaeologist at the time, the game Pitfall inspired numerous clones and several sequel games, remaining classic and influential today. At number 8, I propose a tie between two fictional archaeologists who became more famous for doing other things. Carter Hall was an archaeologist who later discovered that he was a reincarnation of a powerful superhero tied to ancient Egyptian legends and known as Hawkman. In some of these stories, Carter Hall used artifacts from a museum as weapons in his adventures as Hawkman. Tied with Carter Hall at number 8, Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Starship Enterprise did not pursue a formal career in archaeology. Instead, he found his calling as a Starfleet officer. Nonetheless, his training and his curiosity about archaeology were instrumental in solving more than a few mysteries and serious problems, mostly through his academic knowledge about archaeology. The number 7 spot goes to Lara Croft of the Tomb Raider franchise. Lara has gone through many iterations and reinventions since 1996. Throughout these years, Lara Croft has been primarily a solo adventurer, and she has been among the most popular treasure hunters. At number 6, River Song offers an example of a time-traveling archaeologist and sometimes a companion of Doctor Who. River Song is known for her extensive knowledge and for her acts of bravery and self-sacrifice. Especially for fans of the Doctor Who series, River Song remains a memorable example of a fictional archaeologist. At number 5, Tatsuo Kusukabe is a professor of archaeology and most often remembered as the father of Mei and Satsuki in the movie My Neighbor Totoro. He often works with reading and writing at home, and he believes in the importance of what his daughters tell him about Totoro. Moving to number 4, Dr. Liara Tassoni has been among the most popular characters in the Mass Effect game series, representing an archaeologist working as a professional consultant in outer space and alien worlds. While archaeology and ancient ruins often have been featured in science fiction and space exploration, Liara represents one of the more memorable examples of a professional archaeologist in this genre. Before I proceed with the top 3 in this list, I want to acknowledge an honorable mention for Flynn Carson, also known as the Librarian, as well as the whole team of the Librarians. Although these characters are labeled as librarians, many of their skills and adventures overlap with archaeology, ancient history, and other fields. Another honorable mention goes to Dr. Bandit Healer, introduced in Wiki Bluey not only as an upright bipedal dog, but also as an archaeologist. Bandit is known for excavating ancient fossilized bones that can reveal important clues about the distant past. At number 3, I propose a tie between two academic archaeologists who became involved with adventuring teams. In the movie Atlantis: The Lost Empire, Milo Thatch was ridiculed by most of his colleagues, and he found his success as an archaeologist only after working as a consultant with a larger team, and after becoming a positive ally of the indigenous people in the place where he was studying. Dr. Daniel Jackson appeared in the movie Stargate and in the television series Stargate SG-1. Like Milo Thatch, Dr. Daniel Jackson was shunned by many of his colleagues for promoting an unorthodox hypothesis, and then he found himself thrown into a face-to-face encounter with direct evidence of his unorthodox hypothesis. Again, the fictional archaeologist found success only after agreeing to work as part of a larger team that was pursuing its own agenda, and then the teamwork developed from there. At number 2, I propose the classic team of Sidney Fox and Nigel Bailey in the television series Relic Hunter. The series showcased the potential of the teamwork of one person, emphasizing more of the physical action of treasure hunting, along with one other person, emphasizing more of the academic studies of archaeology, ancient history, and antiquities. As a team, Sidney and Nigel accomplished more than either one of them could manage alone. In my number 1 ranking of fictional archaeologists, I propose a tie between 2 teams. One team grabbed the world's attention with 2 movies of The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. Evelyn Carnahan and Rick O'Connell technically were not archaeologists, but together they worked to solve ancient mysteries in archaeology, to create other problems, and to resolve those issues in one of the most wonderful fictional portrayals of archaeology. Another team sometimes has been overshadowed by one of its members, Dr. Henry Jones Jr., more popularly known as Indiana Jones. I would like to recognize the whole team of Dr. Jones Sr. and Dr. Jones Jr., as well as Marcus Brody, Salah Mohammed Faisal El-Kahir, Marion Ravenwood, and many other characters who contributed to the success of the archaeology research and the adventures. How would you approach your top 10 list of fictional archaeologists? I probably missed some important characters, and people always can disagree about their ranking order. Please share your thoughts and suggestions in the comments section. As always, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.